Okay, here we are at the Dalton Convention Center, Dalton, Georgia, carpet capital of the world, for Turning Southern Style Symposium. Here's the entrance. It's about a 2-hour drive from my home north of Atlanta. Okay, here we are at the registration. Busy place. Not only do you get your package, you buy t-shirts and you turn in your silent auction items for the scholarship fund if you've got something like that. After that, you just kind of find you a place to hang out, like Bill Bullock and Steve Malott here, waiting for things to happen. We've got Graham Priddle and Melissa Egler setting up. I was involved in setting up the coordinated videography, so you know, I had to run around for the last hour and get all the cameras, make sure everything was working.
This is a big burr. If I try to make it too pretty with this burr, there's a good chance that I'll go to hit faces that I don't want to, and that'll make it even messier. Bring that down to that there. So really important to get it kind of deep down in these wide areas, as I said.
Well, you got some spare ones with.
Oh, I do.
When they came with your spares.
Got it? Yes, darling.
These are tricks you can do whenever you have a problem. Make sure you've got it in the jaws, you know, enough so it won't come out. But see, this is still really loose.
Otherwise, it'll just shoot that right out of your fingertip. But that grinding wheel, people are intimidated by the grinding wheel. The grinding wheel won't hurt you if you touch that. You know, if you're not shoving your hand in there, it's not going to hurt you. If you just like to touch that, it's not. So we start hollowing. If this was end grain, like the piece we passed around, we would start at the hole in the center and cut to the left. Every bit of wood would be made cutting to the left. Go back to the hole, advance it a little bit, cut to the left. Because if you cut in, you're cutting right in the end grain. Plow it head on in the end grain, and it gets grabby.
Let's talk a little bit about holding this in the chuck. I could grab a piece that big if I needed to, but I only have the corners getting into the wood. So the optimum holding power is, if I grip it there, I've got these teeth biting into the wood all the way around. And that's why you measure.
And here's the Viking Sunset Bowl that Dick made in his demo. And this shout out for the Woodcrafter Chattanooga for providing the lathes for demonstration run. And this one I see is already sold. All right, it's early Friday evening. The demos are over, so folks are gathering for Miller time. Here we are at Friday night buffet dinner.
That doesn't look.
Okay, we're now in the instant gallery area. Got some lovely work here. Here's my humble setup. I did that padlock there at the Airmont class with Beth Ireland. These are Norfolk Island pines sent to me by Don Lyons, Florida. Kevin Wood created this, one of my fellow club members and videographer for this event. Made one of the biggest natural edge bowls I've ever seen. This thing must be 14 inches across. It's a lovely segmentation work by Pete Markin, who had led one of the special interest group discussions on Friday night. Okay, here's some scenes of some of the work by some of the demonstrators. This is Mark Palma's work. He's got a lot of these bowls out of some kind of plywood. Moving over here to Graham Priddle. A couple of pieces by Peggy Schmid, one of the regional demonstrators. Peg's the one that taught me how to make that donut chuck for coffee scoops many years ago. One of Nick Agar's Sunset Viking bowls. And I just can't get every single item in here. The tables go on and on and on. Very, very nice instant gallery display. A lot of inspiration, a lot of great ideas. Okay, here we are at the Beads of Courage display. Georgia Association of Woodturners is a big supporter of the Beads of Courage program, and we really work actively to promote making of Beads of Courage boxes. And you can see we got an awful lot of Beads of Courage boxes brought in. And a new program this year under the Beads of Courage is a top program where folks were encouraged to bring in tops. And I think they'll be sold or something at a future time to raise money for the Beads of Courage program. Not exactly sure. Okay, here's Michael Gibson's, some of his beautiful work. His most recent, you might have seen pictures of these butterflies and lovely teapots and this other pierced object. And here's Michael. Wave the camera, Michael.
This butterfly is the AAW Turning of the Week.
Yeah, AAW Turning of the Week. And then there's this other beautiful teapot. Michael's a member of GAW, and he's also a member of Chattahoochee Woodturners, and he helps with the monthly hands-on wood turning session we have. Great turner. Here we are, at the end of the table, looking at some of this beautiful work.
The whole idea is that you keep building upon what I'm offering when I come to the shows. So I'll take yards, I'll refurbish it, I'll put the new spindle setup in it, and then I offer that as a refurb on my site. So we still.
Can you refurb, put a big bushing in it?
Yeah, yep. But you're close to what we have for here.
Do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you know where it is? Does it have a charge on it? Do you have a first aid kit? Do you think about things in a way that's safe. When I walk into my shop, I have a little bin of shop glasses right there. I put on shop glasses. I don't care if I'm going in there to sort the mail, to get a Diet Coke, or to turn. No matter what, or run the table saw, whatever it is, I put on shop glasses. I have an overhead dust collector in the middle of the room, one of those ambient dust collectors. I turn it on. I let it run I set it for 8 hours every time I walk in the shop.
Okay, here we are Saturday night. The banquet folks are pouring in, finding places to sit. Got a good crowd. Last year I won one of the raffles, or one of the drawings for a tuition and board, room and board at Aramont.
I was worth $25. I thought Christmas had been canceled. $25 I bid. Now $30. I want my $30. Where are going to $30? $25 bid and $30 to buy them? Plus shipping and handling. So for $220 the number four for $220. You know what that makes it? That makes it a vessel.
Okay, here's a shot around the vendor area. This is Chromacraft, producing some really great dyes and coloring finishing products. We got a Big Monk, Pete Markin, does the Dizzy Bowls. Ken Rizzo's operation, Woodturners Wonders. Okay, Sunday morning, a couple of the vendors had a ways to drive, went ahead and left early, so that's why we got a few empty spaces. A couple of them hadn't shown up to work yet. Woodcraft at Chattanooga, nice enough to supply the lathes, and then sold them to individuals afterwards at a real good price. Here we are at the vendor area at the end of the symposium. Everybody's packing up. This was the show and tell and the Beads of Courage boxes. This nice little convention center, they provide a little forklift truck, make it easy for vendors. Vendors just pull their vehicles in. There's no, I'll just say there's no union employees here involved in this process. Most of it's just volunteers. Okay, I've packed up. I'm just about ready to go. Till next year.